Welcome to the Roots Revival with Food Prude, where we're going back to our roots and learning old-fashioned ways in a modern world. Hi, I'm Laura Lawrence, and I'm glad you're here with me. Hey guys, today we're making roasted spaghetti sauce. So the first step is to give your veggies a quick wash and a rinse, and you're going to want to find pans that have a nice lip. These are about 1-inch pans that I have in here to be able to capture all the juice so nothing just spills out into your oven. You're going to give all the veggies a rough chop like this. You see I left them in pretty big chunks. I have garlic, tomatoes, peppers, and onions. If you can choose whatever veggies you would like to put it. If you don't like peppers, don't put the peppers in it. We're going to preheat the oven at 425. We're going to sprinkle these with lots of olive oil on here, a couple tablespoons for each tray, and we're going to put them in the oven for about 20 to 30 minutes. You're going to be able to tell when they're done, when there's a little bit of char marks and everything looks a little smashed and cooked. Okay, we are at step number 2. The pans have been roasted. You can see some of the char marks on some of the things. It's up to you on how much char you want. If you want to do a lot more, go for it. It's up to you. It's great versatility in this kind of recipe. So we are going to carefully scoop and then end up pouring it into this very large stock pot here. Well, I will continue to cook it down more, and we will be adding our spices. I'm going to do salt and pepper and some fresh basil. Maybe I'll grab some oregano as well, depending on what the flavor is feeling for me today. And we're going to cook it down, then we're going to use the immersion blender and puree it, and then we're going to let it cool down, and eventually it'll go into quart jars with several inches of headspace that I will go ahead and put in the freezer because this is not an actual authorized recipe for the pressure canner. This is one of my favorite scoopers to use. I use it for making cheese, use it for maple syrup. I use it for a whole lot of stuff because it's just this beautiful big spoon that captures a lot. So I will go ahead and grab all this stuff. I will even carefully pour in the juice as well that's left over, but this just helps me be able to tip it in there without super spilling. Alright, these have been boiling for about 10 minutes or so like that. I feel like they have really broken down and are really soft. So I'm going to grab the immersion blender, and it is time we're going to blend these up. Be patient, it is hot. Actually, I'm going to turn off the burner for a little bit, let them cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to do the immersion blender for several minutes to make sure it's nice and creamy and a delicious spaghetti sauce. And I'll taste it, and then I'll see if I need to add some different spices to it, and then we'll be good. Okay, next step is using the immersion blender. I use a Cuisinart right here that I really love, and I use this for soups and all kinds of things, and I am currently blending up the spaghetti sauce to make it nice and smooth. Here we go. I will do this for several minutes until I like the consistency. I will go ahead and taste it then, because that's when you can really taste the spices and see how things are doing. And then I will let it cool down all the way and put it into freezer-safe jars. Put it in the freezer with enough headspace for expansion and go from there. Alright, after using the immersion blender, this looks really good consistency to me. This looks like fabulous spaghetti sauce that I will go ahead, let cool down, and get in those jars and use actually tonight for some fabulous spaghetti with roasted spaghetti sauce.